What's going on, YouTube? Single Digits coming at you with your Friday video. Today we are talking about UFC 286 Edwards versus Usman 3. That happens tomorrow, Saturday, and it's going to be interesting. So, again, like my other fight prediction videos, which have been going quite well, um, I'm only going to be doing like the main event and maybe one or two of the other ones. Um, but my concern is generally the main event. So we have Leon Edwards, who is the current champion at 170 welterweight, versus Kamaru Usman, who was the champion that Leon Edwards beat in spectacular fashion with a head kick late in the fifth round. So, um, I'll just get right to it. I got Usman to win this. They fought twice before, obviously, with this being their third fight. Um, they are 1-1, but that's technically one and one. Um, you could make the argument that had it not been for that head kick, I mean, Usman was dominating that whole second fight. And there's so many clips going around online where it's like the fifth round and they're waiting to come out of their corners, and Leon Edwards' corner is like, "You got to do something, Rock. You're losing." That's his name, Rocky. You got to do something. You're losing this. You've lost. Like, what are you doing? Get your head in the game. You got to go out there and do something spectacular. Don't let him bully you around. All of this stuff, because the 4 rounds beforehand, he was just getting dominated. He did get a takedown on Usman, which I believe is one of the only, if not only, takedowns that Usman has given up to someone, which is impressive because Leon Edwards is a striker, a very excellent striker. Obviously since he got the head kick KO. But I also think that was more of Usman's fault. He was telegraphing too much. I think he was coasting. I think he knew he had won that fight up to there. He wasn't going to take any real big risks. He kind of almost lulled himself into a pattern. He talks about it on the Joe Rogan podcast. He wanted to set up a big knockout, make it emphatic, but his setup was very lazy. Lean left, lean right, lean left, lean right, and Leon timed that. Put out the left kick. I think it was a left high kick, but he throws out a left punch, left jab, and then immediately behind the jab throws the left high kick, same side, as he's dodging, because Usman is like, okay, dodge this way, dodge this way. So he threw the left to dodge. Then when he was coming back to dodge the other side, he had the kick right behind it, KO'd, like big time KO. I don't see that happening again this fight. I think Kamaru is going to stay sharp the whole time. I think he's going to dominate him again, much like in the first two fights. I don't think Leon Edwards has anything really to offer there. I think Leon's going to lean mostly on the fact that he knows that he can knock him out at any point, which is great for his confidence. But it's different when, like, if Usman is not lazy and Usman does not get comfortable, I don't see that happening, because realistically, I blame that knockout more on Usman than the skill of Edwards. And I'm not knocking Leon Edwards. He's really, really good. He's one of the best strikers in the division. He's fast, he's crisp, he's powerful. But, he had nothing for Usman when he was in all of the other rounds. So that's my fight prediction for this one. I have Usman by decision, round 5. What else we got here? We got Justin Gaethje and Rafael Fiziev. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he's a barn burner on his way up the ranks also. I would take Justin Gaethje just because he is so good against anybody that's not the number one. If you are, at the time, if you are, Habib Nurmagomedov, yeah, I don't think Justin loses this fight. I think it's going to be a war. I think it's going to be a drag out, ugly, kind of almost like a Tony Ferguson style fight. But I do think that Justin gets his hand raised at the end. I think this also has a shot to become a 3 round. I think it's 3 round. 3 round unanimous decision. It might be 5. I'm not sure. It's a co-main event. Either way, I have Justin Gaethje winning this. Um, the rest, Gunnar Nelson, I'm actually surprised he's still fighting. He was coming up in the days when Conor McGregor was still relatively new. They were training out of the same camp together. I don't know if that's still the case. But, he's had a pretty rough go of it. I think health concerns and surgeries and things like that have kept him sidelined a lot. So, I don't know. Brian Barberena, he is a fill-in. It was originally supposed to be... Oh, they don't have it listed. It's supposed to be somebody else, but his original opponent dropped out, so Brian stepped in. He's also really good. But, I don't know. That one I'm not sure of. I don't really have any stake in it. So, yeah, I could see Brian Barberena winning that one on short notice just because Gunner's been out for a while and, not really super active. Let's just check that real quick. Let's see his last fight. March. So almost a full year. Actually, a full year. And even before then. So 2022, 2019. So yeah, he hasn't really fought too much. Barberena. It's weird. December of last year. And then so he's been more active. Still, nothing too spectacular. He got a TKO win over Robbie Lawler, but Robbie Lawler's a veteran and he's been in a lot of wars, so I don't think that's necessarily an indicator of much. Marvin Vettori, this guy's just a goofball. I'd like to see him lose just because he's a goofball. But then again, I'd like to see him win because if he stays relevant in the picture at, middleweight, he is funny. So I wouldn't mind seeing him win. I don't know. And kind of everybody else is like, whatever. I think there's a lot of British fighters on this because I believe this is in the O2 Arena. Yep, the O2 Arena in London. So yeah, just to wrap it up, this took a little longer than I wanted to, but again, I have Kamaru Usman, 5th round, unanimous decision. Oh, here we go. We can do the poll. Who will win the rematch? There you go. Usman by decision. Oh, everybody thinks that as well. It's probably going to be the case. So, until next time, I'll see you guys around and check out some of my other videos. If you haven't, please like and subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Please, please, please. Spread the word. I know it's, I've seen it on other videos too. There's lots of other YouTubers out there, obviously, and way more high quality than mine. But even they struggle to get people to just hit that subscribe button. And it costs nothing to do. It's free. I'm going to say the same thing they do. Support a small channel, small growing channel. And I'll see you on the next video. Take care, everybody.